when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. It is Tuesday, November the 25th, 2025. It is good to be here with you all. I hope that you're up and you're ready to go. It's a wet morning outside, but we are warm and, well, it's a wet morning outside, but we are warm and nice inside here in this studio, and I am joined with the lovely Lavian Cupid.
Good morning, Uncle Labby. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning and welcome to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. It's always a pleasure to be seated here before you, bringing all things current affairs and everything that you need, especially in this season. Yeah, how are you feeling this morning, Akin?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I actually got a full night's rest last night, and I'm feeling good to go for the day.
I did not. What happened? Were you not up waiting for the list?
Well, you know, the list. I slept, then I woke up, I went back to the live, I missed the live, I went back to it and I watched it, I got the list, and it's very interesting.
Of course.
Very interesting mix, I must say.
I was up, I was in the debacle, I was not missing a beat, I was falling asleep with one eye open, I was not missing that list.
Nothing comes between me and my sleep.
Except that list for me today.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting show for you, but before we get into any of those conversations, we head to our news in 90 seconds.
And here's what's making your news in 90 seconds for today, Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Political leader of the Tobago People's Party, TPP, Fali Augustine, brought some measure of relief to supporters last night, announcing 13 of the 15 prospective candidates for the upcoming Tobago House of Assembly election. The list is as follows: Bethel Newgrange, Darren Hester Henry, Belgarden Glamorgan, Dr. Faith Brebner, Bethesda Lescato, Zorisha Amina Hackett, Moncton George Goodwood, Megan Cecily Morrison, Scarborough Mongrace, Trevor Williamson James, Lambo Lowlands, Wayne Wasp Clark, Bonaccord Crown Point, Nikita Percy, Signal Hill Patience Hill, Nigel Tate, Bagatelle Bacalet, Natisha Charles Pantin, Plymouth Blackrock, Kern Alexis, replacing the incumbent Niall George, Roxborough Argyle, Orlando Kerr, Darrell Spring Wim, Ricky Michael Jofield, Palliative Lands for Miss Speyside, Fali Chavez Augustine. Speaking during a social media live, Augustine said the Buku Mount Pleasant and controversial Mason Hall Moriah electoral districts will be announced within the next 24 to 48 hours as deliberations continue. Staying on news of politics, last night the People's National Movement took its nightly town hall meeting to the Bethesda Lescato electoral district, unveiling the selected prospective candidate for the area, well-known footballer Akil Guy. Guy, a Bethesda native, said he was ready to make Bethesda Lescato a front runner and champion of a better Tobago under the People's National Movement. Tonight, the party wraps up the series of meetings at the Buku multi-purpose facility. And finally, yesterday, the National Commission for Self-Help Limited distributed over $600,000 in grants to 40 recipients on the island. The ongoing initiative is aimed at providing crucial support to citizens across Trinidad and Tobago. 3 individuals received emergency and reconstruction assistance grants, while 37 others were awarded minor repair and reconstruction grants. Present at the ceremony was Chief Secretary Fali Augustine, who said the grants provided a sense of physical security, improving the quality of life for many citizens. Also present was members of Parliament for Tobago East and West, Joel Sampson and David Thomas, along with a chairman of the Self-Help Commission, Vishon Ramlakan. These stories and much more in our major newscast at 6:30 p.m. Be viewing Tobago Updates Television, and that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you very much, Lavian, for that news in 90 seconds. I will see where Lavian will finally getting that list. Well, it's not the full list, but we get 13 of the 15.
List, yes, we have 13 of the 15.
Waiting so long to see who the TPP would put on the slate, because we know the PNM for some time they've been releasing the candidates, and we said that they continued it into last night.
Yes, with Akil Guy.
Releasing Akil Guy for Bethesda Lescato, and now we have 13 of the 15 candidates for the TPP. I think the PNM has about 2 or 3 more candidates to release.
Yes.
TPP has 2 more. So
Yeah,
in short order,
but
we should have everyone.
with the TPP slate, we have 2 incumbents being replaced thus far. We don't know what will happen for Mason Hall and Motil Mariah and Buku Mount Pleasant, but we have thus far Bethel New Grange, Bishop Terence Baines replaced with Darren Hector, and then in Plymouth we have Niall George, incumbent, being replaced with Mr. Alexis. So interesting conversations there.
Yeah, I mean, that's democracy.
It is.
The thing about politics is your job is never secure, and I think persons going into politics should really come to terms with that and accept that. I know sometimes the chopping of office could really make one feel, make them feel sort of upset about losing their position. But I don't think that those 2 gentlemen will be too upset about losing their position. I think they have a strong understanding of the kind of business that they're in, and that's how politics is at times.
It has to be, as you say, if it is a democratic system, it has to be like that. But you touched on something there. I remember hearing once that power has the ability to put the illusion on persons next to it or within the vicinity of it that it belongs to them. Yes. So it's quite a tricky thing. But we'll see what the future holds. But there's also councillor positions. I mean, there is so much to discuss. I mean, when you look at it now you look at party principles or party ethics, because now what will happen to these 2? Yes, we know that they are councillor positions, but is it that we always have this conversation in previous years gone by that the People's National Movement would take care of their own, and then they didn't take care of their own. So now will the TPP take care of their own that is no longer inside? These are real conversations that I know the average man is having on the ground.
And that's the thing. There are so many positions to serve in there. You don't have to serve as an area representative. You could serve
as an elected representative.
You could serve as, like you said, a councillor. You could serve
as a technocrat.
A technocrat, as an advisor. You could serve on a board. There are so many different ways you could serve Tobago. So it's not the end of the road for the incumbents.
But is it a reflection on their performance then?
It may not be a reflection on their performance. It could be, but it could be other things as well, other considerations as well.
Yeah, all right. We're looking forward to that.
All right, Lavian. So who do we have on today?
Who do we have on today? All right. We're going straight to the birthday shout-outs right now.
Oh, yes, the birthday shout-outs. We have the birthday shout-outs. And we want to say happy belated birthday. We start off with a belated birthday, saying happy belated birthday to Miss Marva Parks Bernard. Happy belated birthday to you, Miss Marva Parks Bernard. God's richest blessings, and this is my fellow church member, God's richest blessings to you, Mrs. Bernard, on your birthday. We know that you had fun, and we know that your husband, Trustrail, and your children, Lisa, Lindian, Avian, and Leon, took good care of you yesterday, and they treated you like the queen you are. We continue and we say happy birthday to Mr. Melville John. Happy birthday to you, Mr. John.
Melville John, better known as Turkey. Turkey, happy birthday. Big up your whole self, boy. Coming from all of us here at the Tobago Updates family.
And we also say happy birthday to Samuel Balboda. Samuel Balboda, yes, the man with the saxophone. We say happy birthday to you, sir. God's richest blessings on this special day. We hope that you are covered, you are protected, and you are blessed. We know that you are blessed, and we pray that your family and your friends, they take good care of you today.
Amen.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, in a bit of sad news, we want to announce the passing of Mr. Wade Baby Franklin. Yes, Mr. Wade Baby Franklin, who was well known as one of the co-founders and beloved coach of Zenith Athletic Club. We want to wish all his loved ones, his family, his friends, all his students, athletes that he coached, our sincere condolences here from Tobago Updates, and we pray God's comfort to you all.
All right.
Okay, so Lavian, who do we have on the program this morning?
All right, as always, we have a great lineup here this morning. And first up, Akinabi, we will be talking to Mr. Sean McCoon, member of Agritech Implementation Committee, and he's here to talk all things Tobago Agritech Innovation Summit. Then we move on to Louise Leslie, Tobago Coordinator of Community Workshops for parents and caregivers. So we'll be chatting about that. And then finally, we wrap up with Bishop Terence Baines, event promoter, and he will be here to talk about the In Response to Jamaica charity event that is upcoming. Yeah, and that's what we have lined up this morning, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Lavian. So we have a very interesting mix of conversations for you all this morning. I want to thank you for logging in either on our Facebook Live or YouTube channel. Channel 102 on AMPLIA, 121 and 130 on Flow, and 33 on Digital. We thank you for logging on. Whether you're in Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean, or even further abroad, we want to say thank you for making Tobago Updates Tobago's #1 station. And we want you to do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.
We waiting so long, the people miss the bacchanal. Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Buffet, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. Thank you so much for staying with us, and thank you again for choosing us. We dive right into conversations this morning with Mr. Sean McCoon, a member of the Agri-Tech Implementation Committee. We're here to discuss all things Tobago Agri-Tech Innovation Summit. Mr. McCoon, good morning, sir. Hearing us? Good morning, Mr. McCoon.
Good morning. It's up to this morning.
Good morning. Are you hearing us loud and clear?
Good morning. Yes, hearing you loud and clear.
All right. You're breaking up just a bit, but we'll continue. All right. So we're here to talk about the Tobago Agri-Tech Innovation Summit. Give me some details just on the top before we dive deep into the conversation. So tell me what it is about exactly. Mr. McCoon? I think we're having a bit of technical difficulties there. So while our tech crew works on that, and gets us ready to get into that conversation, we talk a bit about the Agri-Tech. I know that it is a part of the... I know that they will be discussing policies being implemented for the giant African snail. and other issues that are affecting farmers on the island.
And
hopefully,
you know that concerning that giant African snail, it's a burning issue because every morning when I'm coming to work, I see the snails all over the road, and it's getting really pervasive now, and it should be something that's on the front burner in terms of controlling or eradication for the division to handle. But it's very interesting, this Agritech Innovation Summit. I know that they recently started one of the companies, and they're really having this push towards integrating technology into our agriculture industry in Tobago. And I would be really interested to see what it is that this summit will entail, the kind of conversations they're going to have, what the agenda is going to be in terms of pushing what technologies and innovative methodologies they're going to be pushing in agriculture in Tobago, you know.
Yeah, and I like the tagline, Journey to Sustainability in Food Security. You know, food security is always that front burner conversation that is needed. When we look generally around the world, where we are seeing when we have climate change, global warming, we have a lot more infertile soil, food security is definitely, and you know, one of those things that is always critical to me. I always say, Akinlabi, what if the Kabusta cannot leave Trinidad and come to our ports with food?
And that's a question that persons have been raising constantly. What if we can't get the foods that we need from Trinidad? What's going to happen to Tobago?
What is going to happen with us? Yeah, you know, that is always, and I think it's more than 70% of our food is imported, so we are heavily dependent. And
that's the thing. I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we import no food at all.
Of course.
I think all countries import some of their food, you know, but you want to get to a point where the basic types of food that you need to sustain yourself, you can provide it, or the majority of that type of food for yourself.
I know the previous administration was looking into rice planting again in Trinidad and Tobago. We would have bought, I don't know if we reference it as seedlings, but we would have done some business with that with Guyana. So I'm not sure where that is right now, but of course, anything for food sustainability is crucial. All right, viewers, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back with more conversations. All right, so don't go anywhere. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So, even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers, to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And we have in studio with us Ms. Eloise Leslie, who is the Tobago coordinator of ICANN. And she's here to talk about workshops with parents and caregivers in Tobago. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me, and good morning to the audience.
So firstly, tell us, what does ICANN stand for?
ICANN. Well, first of all, ICANN says there's so many things that we can do, all right? But this organization is the Indigenous Creative Arts Network. It's an organization that was founded by Dr. Pearl N. Springer Dara Healy, her daughter, Attila Springer, her daughter as well. And this is an organization that has a rich history of community work. Even in the prison system, they've gone in. But what's special about this organization is that we use the creative arts as the engine to drive the work that we do. Very powerful in effect because, you know, arts touches our lives in such powerful, real, raw ways. And therefore, every community support program, every intervention program is really platformed by some form of theater arts presentation. And that's what we're doing in this series of community programs.
All right. So ICANN is an NGO?
It is.
Is it supported, or is this initiative supported by any government bodies?
It is. It's supported by UNICEF. It's also supported by the Children's Authority.
Okay.
Yes.
And the community workshops that you're having, what are these workshops geared towards?
In two simple words, positive parenting. And parents are not just the biological persons from whom children are born. Anyone who touches children, parents, teachers, their caregivers, community groups, leaders, you know, positive parenting. How do we mitigate challenges of life in 2025 and beyond? And how do we protect our children as we nurture them? Because it's about minimizing those instances where children are neglected or children are abused in any way. And children are abusing in different ways. Yeah.
All right. So we kick-starting from when?
Today.
From today.
Today.
All right. But I know you would have mentioned previously that you have some mechanisms in place to support parents, to support individuals getting to and fro. But tell me about that, and tell me about what we can expect today and where, and what time, and then where we're moving to.
Okay. And I'll first start with a little piece of sobering information. Between January and March of this year, over 1,400 cases of child abuse was reported.
January to March?
Yeah, 1,400. In 2024, in excess of 5,000 reported, and I want to stress reported because a lot of times it's not reported, all right? It tells us, it sobers us. Something needs to happen to change this. And the Child Protection Unit of the Police Service tells us that in their experience, over 90% of the persons who inflict some form of abuse on children, those persons are adults. And these are geared towards cutting away the fluff and getting to the bottom and the center of the issues. Because it's not a simple question that we have bad adults and they harm children. But we live in a world where the challenges are many, the pressures are many, the parenting skills sometimes are not as we would like them to be. And therefore, in that myriad of circumstances, how can we bring this situation to the table honestly, openly, no judgment, safe environment to share both issues as well as success, because we also do meet with plenty success where raising our children are concerned, all right? And so these workshops will all begin, first of all, with a dramatic theater arts presentation that really brings to life some of those issues that some of our children face. Some of those issues that we as adults navigating the storms of life face. You know, a child is in the midst of a misbehaving moment. You are under your own stress to provide, or whatever. It might be work stress or otherwise, personal or otherwise. What's the best way to treat with this child? Because the challenge is controlling your personal anger at whatever is happening. This is another irritant here. And sobering up in a moment to be able to treat positively. Yes, it sounds like textbook, it sounds like fairy tale. But you know, what happens is that if we don't do these things and check ourselves and strengthen our skills to treat with our young people, a cycle continues, and it hurts them in many ways. And I did say neglect it has different faces. It's not just hitting, it's not just maybe sexual abuse, but abuse sometimes is neglect, is just sometimes not even listening to them. You're not hearing their pain.
Yes.
You're not hearing them saying, gosh, I need some kind of help here. That's neglect, unfortunately, but it's our reality. So our presentations are geared towards bringing to life situations that are real in a safe environment and allowing persons to feel free to share. And the sharing is all kinds of sharing.
So you stated that you want persons to have a safe environment to talk. And very often when we're having these kinds of conversations, we tend to talk to the converted already. Is there any effort or any mechanism through which you are going to have these conversations with persons that you know have been in abusive situations with children? They tend to abuse children, then the radar of the Child Protection Unit or the Children's Authority?
Okay, it's interesting that you said that. We don't always talk to the converted and the compliant. In these workshops, sometimes it's amazing what comes out. Again, because in a safe environment, people feel threatened is not the word, less exposed then, right? Yeah. And so, oftentimes coming out of the sessions, you may actually find persons sometimes in a difficult moment emotionally, and you move them out of the space. And sometimes there is where the conversation really begins. So you have support persons there who can assist. You also find that sometimes after the sessions, someone may come to you and may say, listen, there is a particular family with a particular issue. Maybe this is something that the Children's Authority or the Child Protection Unit. So people do open up, they do respond. And I mean, that is why Children's Authority and the other agencies, UNICEF, they continue to do the work because it doesn't stop. And it's every little, one drip, but we will get somewhere eventually.
Right. And as you say, continue. So how does the conversation continue there? So there is an individual there at the town hall meeting and they indicate that they need this assistance. But today you are in Buku. Tomorrow you move to Roxborough. How does the conversation continue with that person?
Okay. So the support services will be on hand to bridge that gap now and to take it from there. Sometimes we go, let's say, you're passing through a community and people recognize who you are, what you've been doing, and they come to you. The information flow between ICANN and the other agency, that is uninterrupted. So that information again is passed on so that the qualified expertise can intervene and help to provide some kind of support.
Right. But were you able, or was the group able to go into communities beforehand, prior to even launching, to be able to get a feel of the persons within the communities that's going to need these sessions more than others? And were you able to liaise with any community leaders, pastors, anybody within the community that would have been able to direct you?
Yes, we have liaised with pastors, with priests within the community. We have liaised with the village council, heads in the communities. I will say though that this is not the first time. So we executed another series of community programs about a year ago, 2 years ago, when we had the TT Spotlight under the UN auspices. And we touched communities around Tobago, again, allowing them to allow us to provide that bridge between themselves and where support can be had. So it's a continuous thing. Last year, we had a really fabulous program at the library where we brought secondary school students from all the secondary schools around the island. And we had a really powerful session at the library, again, allowing young people to speak their truth, speak what's happening with them, and again, being able to touch and hopefully coming out of these sessions, because they are interactive. there's a lot that comes out, and the listening and the gathering of information is critical, because that's what informs you if you're on the right track, and it also informs you how to strengthen what you offer and what you do.
Ms. Leslie, you stated that there will be a bit of presentation and then discussion. So it seems as if the group is taking a more drama in education methodology towards the education of the public. Apart from the drama in education, what other activities can persons look forward to over the next 3 days of the workshops?
Okay, so the dramatic presentations are just the start of the programs. All right, so when that is over, maybe 15 minutes or so, then is when we start to talk. Because what plays out on the stage is just rife with stuff for communicating about, and that's just what happens. So then we break out into group sessions, interactive sessions, and then we come back as a whole at the end of it to share what has come out in each corner of the room. And I want to say, even though we have experts who maybe they're sharing their intellectual and other experience information, we as a community have a lot to we have much to offer each other. Because, for example, my success at dealing with a particular problem with my child is something I can share with you, so that it can help you. You may have to fashion it a little differently, because every home and every child is different. Yes. But it allows for us as a village, as a community, to bring our strengths and bring our challenges, to see if we, with collaborative effort, can help to shed some light that will guide into a stronger community.
So you stated that there will be shuttles available for persons.
Yes.
Today's session is at the Mariah Community Center.
Today's session is at the Mariah Community Center.
Where can persons get this shuttle to get up to Mariah?
Okay. So the one bus starts at the Mason Hall at the Easterfield Junction, what they call Alma Road Junction. Right? And then they move up. They stop at Highlands Road and they move into Mariah. Then there's another bus that comes out from Lekoto and touches those neighboring outlying communities. All right? We will have some distinguishing feature on the buses, so that they will, most likely the icon insignia and stuff, so you know. So even if you're on the road and you haven't got to the central point for pickup, we'll stop. Because again, in encouraging the community to provide better support for our young people, we want to also provide them with support to make it easy to get to the place where we can talk. Because it's when we talk, we share knowledge and information and access help, and we know who may need some assistance or who can offer some assistance.
And just before we wrap, so after Mariah, where do you head to?
Tomorrow we head to Buku Multipurpose. And again, a shuttle service will operate from Adventure, Plymouth into Buku, and then from the Mount Pleasant, Bethel area. Yes. On Thursday, we're going to be at Bell Garden. And the one bus starts from Delaford into Roxborough, down to Bell Garden, and one bus starts from John Dial all the way up into Bell Garden. I want to just leave a contact number. So if organizations, little groups, little pockets of persons want to access the facility, just call me, please, and we'll coordinate that.
All
and
right.
at least tell you where. That number is 497-7649.
Right. Say that again one more time for them.
497-7649. Hope I remember my number.
Yes. All right, viewers, we want to thank Mr. Lois Leslie, who is the Tobago coordinator for the Indigenous Creative Arts Network, for coming on and speaking about the community workshops for parents and caregivers in Tobago, teaching persons how to deal with stress and to improve their parenting skills so as to reduce the amounts of child abuse that is taking place in the Trinidad and Tobago space. And we wish ICANN all the successes, and we hope that their work is truly transformative in the Tobago space. We have to take a short break, but when we come back, we will be speaking with Pastor Terence Baines. He would be in studio to speak with us about his charity concert for Jamaica. So do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.
so long, the people miss the bacchanal. Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblymen, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Join Bishop Terence Baines and the Tobago Gospel Promoters as they present In Response to Jamaica from the Heart, a powerful benefit concert at the Shore Park Food Hub. Jamaica has been hit hard by Hurricane Melissa. Homes destroyed, lives uprooted, and families in despair need of support. But together, we can help rebuild what was lost. Experience uplifting performances by Trisha Bukaj Asubas, Jada George, Kashif Wilson, Axis, Donnell Joe, Gabby Williams, Terrence Baines, Prosperous Curry Bird, and many more. All performances will be auctioned. So come prepared to give, to share, and to make a real difference. Every dollar, every act of kindness counts. Let's stand together, Tobago, unite in love, faith, and purpose, and give from the heart. It's all happening Sunday, November 30th at 6 p.m. Shore Park Food Hub, Tobago. Stand tall for Jamaica.
Viewers, welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. Thank you for staying with us. We dive into our final conversation here on the morning show, and in studio we have with us Bishop Terrence Baines, event promoter, and he is here to talk about in response to Jamaica following that devastating Category 5 Hurricane Melissa that has analysts predict would hit Jamaica's GDP by at least 30%, predicting that it would take them years to recover infrastructure economically and otherwise. Good morning, Bishop, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir, and good morning to all the viewers and those who subscribe to Tobago Updates. Thank you for having me.
All right. In response to Jamaica, tell me the genesis.
Well, as we all know, on the 28th of October, Jamaica was hit by, as you were just saying, a Category 5 hurricane, and it affected 6 of the 14 parishes in Jamaica. Devastation like we have never seen before. We are told that the population of Jamaica is about 2 point something million. 1.6 million people have been affected according to the reports from them, so that is over half the population. There are some communities that have been cut off, and since I have been there in the last few days, they are trying to reestablish connectivity and so on. So it was important, before I even got there, to see what we could do here as a gospel fraternity in Tobago to assist. And so I spoke to the Tobago gospel promoters, and we began to reach out to the gospel artists and so on, and try to amalgamate the forces and do this benefit that we now calling in response to Jamaica, a theme that actually we have borrowed from Renaissance Productions in Trinidad. They are the ones that started this in response. Every time there's a natural disaster in and around the region, that is their theme. And I have hosted 2 of those already, disasters in a couple other jurisdictions. So we felt that it was necessary for us to do our part. We know there are several agencies and individuals that are doing what they can. Rightfully so, as you said earlier, yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was reported that Jamaica needs $10 billion to do the recovery work. And as a country, they are only able to put up 500 million. So that 9.5 billion has to come from external support and so on. And so every agency and individual that gives something is going to assist. Being there, I was able to go to one of the communities that one of the parishes rather, which is St. James, in the Montego Bay area, to kind of get a first-hand feel of what was taking place and so on. And I have not seen devastation like that before. I've gone to Antigua after, I think it was Hurricane either Louis or some one of those. I've been in Dominica from tropical storm and massive flooding. I've seen destruction in Montserrat. I've seen destruction aftermath in St. Vincent and also in Grenada. I've never seen anything like this before. And I think to see people trying to recover, trying to rebuild their lives and so on, any kind of support that you could give to the people of Jamaica, I am sure will be appreciated. There's been apart from over 170 communities have been affected, some moderately and then some completely wiped out. You know, and we have seen there's one area where water from the sea and the river came, and there's a permanent lake in that place now. I have also seen a dwelling home, where a spring came up in the yard, spring running, water running so much that the water trucks come and full in the yard and so on. Of course, water is needed in the communities and so on.
And even as you touched on that, just yesterday it was reported that leptospirosis is on the rise in Jamaica, and you would have had persons even passing away. There are some fatalities. So even as you mentioned that water trucks taking truck from the source, now you have leptospirosis. It's very, very unfortunate. So Bishop, tell me more about the charity event. Who are the artists that we have on board, and how can persons participate that the goal could be reached and Jamaica could be helped?
Right. So we set an ambitious target to raise $20,000. Right. It is not impossible. You aim for the sky, you may hit the top of the trees. Right. So of course we have tried to get on board all the gospel artists in Tobago, those who subscribe to that. And incidentally, these pictures that we now see on the screen, if I may just jump back to that before, in St. Elizabeth, we have 3 students from Tobago studying there, right? They are athletes and so on. And St. Elizabeth is one of the parishes that has been affected. So I was able to meet with them and talk to them and of course, you can't go empty-handed, and give them some money and so on to just assist them, We have 70 plus students, I am told, in the various learning institutions in Jamaica. And of course, those in the Kingston area have not been affected, thankfully, but those on the outskirts and so on, they have had their challenges. So it was a really beautiful thing to be able to meet up with the students and so on, and they are doing very well from the conversation. So getting back to the persons on the cast, of course we have Donald Job, we have Jada George, Trisha Sobers, Gabby Williams, Ted Jones, Anton Alexander on the saxophone, Stephen Adelemi on the saxophone as well, Kashiv Wilson on guitar and so on, and many other people. Of course, I am going to be there as well. We have special guest Pastor Junior Tucker, who is also an artist and a pastor. He's one of the pastors that we reached out to. We are actually working with three organizations, church organizations. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, really. These individuals are one church in the Montego Bay area. These are people that I trust. I know the leadership. Pastor Junior Tucker is in the Kingston area, and then there's another pastor, Bishop Dixon, who is in the Old Harbor area. So what we're going to do is whatever monies we raise, because they are in turn connected to an umbrella organization in Jamaica. What we have found is that the churches, although they have their own congregants to look after, it is the place where the community gets sustenance, they get food, they get clothes and whatever. So we are just trying to help them with that exercise.
So Pastor, in terms of the structure of this, because I'm seeing here something very interesting. Well, let's move it. Where you'll be auctioning performances. Tell us how that works.
Right. So a lot of persons ask that. What happens is that each person that goes to the stage, you would have to make a contribution for them to sing or do whatever.
So they choose how much is enough.
We set a figure that no song is less than $100. You understand? So if the various artists that are there who will be on hand, if you want to hear Donald Job or whoever you want to hear, you have to put up your $100 contribution if you want to hear a special song, the price goes up. You understand? The auction, you understand? And so on. That is one of the novel ways that we feel that we want to raise the money and so on. We also have an online platform. We are in collaboration, and thankfully we will be supported by Tobago Updates and so on. And we have in collaboration with WAC Radio in Trinidad, they have set up the online platform, so the code would be on the screen, so people can go online and donate as well while the event is going on.
Right.
We will also have real-time information about how much money is being raised as we go along, so persons can see that as well. You know.
Okay. And what has the interest been like from the public in terms of coming to the events? Inquiries about the
events? Right. Well, so far most people understand what the event is all about, and thankfully the humanity of most of us takes center stage, you know, and so I expect that we will get the kind of support that we would like. And so the appeal obviously goes out to people from all walks of life. You know, even if you don't subscribe to the gospel art form, but you want to make a contribution, you can come. You can call me. If you cannot make the event, you can call 685-1988, 685-1988. And donations can be had. Those donations will be registered, and you know, we will put that in the pool and everything, so persons can get to see what we're raising and what we have raised on the night, and we will transmit that to the 3 agencies in Jamaica.
All right, so Bishop, before we wrap, tell us place, time, when, all the necessary information.
Yes. So of course the event takes place this Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m. at the Food Hub in Shaw Park, and we expect a fantastic time. We expect, of course, you know, the essence of the event really is to raise funds for the people of Jamaica, but we expect a great time of inspiration with the various performances that will be taking place there. You know, I'm very, very glad that Pastor Junior Tucker and his wife would be on hand. They would be able to give a kind of real time as people from Jamaica, you know, also share and help us to have an appreciation for what is happening in the country. But I'm thankful for the kind of support that we have gotten so far. The artists, everybody, of course, is donating their performances. The people that are doing the song reinforcement, everybody has come on board, thankfully, and we expect a great time.
All right. Thank you very much, Bishop Terence Baines, for coming on set and speaking to us about in response to Jamaica. We wish you all the best of luck, all the successes, and we hope that you're able to make your goal and even surpass it.
Yeah, indeed.
Surpass it, so that you can give that much needed assistance to Jamaica. Each one help one. Indeed. Jamaica is in really dire need for the help. Viewers, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our programming for the Tobago Updates Morning Show, but we have GMT up next, and Chanel Felix is back on the GMT programming, so that is something to look forward to. She's going to have some very interesting conversations lined up for you all, so do us a favor, share the live, share the live, share the live. GMT with Chanel Felix is up next.
From place to
LambFest 2025, now in its 3rd year, being the 2nd event on the calendar for the World Food Day celebrations, did not disappoint, as it showcased the culinary skills of our local chefs here on the island. This unique event also saw scores of people eager to taste and enjoy the festivities.
Today we gather not just to celebrate our 3rd annual Lamb Fest, but to honor the hard work, passion, and resilience of Tobago's farmers, chefs, and entrepreneurs who continue to drive our island agricultural success. Lamb Fest is more than just an event. It's a showcase of innovation, community, and the rich culinary heritage that makes Tobago unique. Each dish, each display, and each conversation today tells a story of dedication and progress.
All of this started 3 years ago in my conference room at the Division of Food Security. The Tobago Integrated Livestock Association, they were now forming, and they understood that the small ruminant industry needed to be developed on the island. And I gave them that responsibility of assisting us at the division to develop the small ruminant industry, because it was non-existent. We hardly had any stock on the farms. And 3 years later, we're now having 3 Lamb Fests in Tobago.
This is the first Lamb Fest where all the meats have been sold out, have been purchased by the caterers. We have 18 caterers on site, and every bit of the meat will purchase. We have no fresh meat. This is the first year, no fresh meat on sale for patrons. So I would say that everything is working in accordance and the market is really developing. I see the Lamb Fest being franchised and possibly being spread out throughout the Caribbean. Who knows, probably international as well.
My name is Gillian. I'm from the UK and I'm staying here for a little while. I was told by my friend that about this Lamb Fest, and it's fantastic. My first bite, one of many. It's absolutely so delicious.
I think it's a great initiative because it's a interesting spin on approach to food security in a way that I think Tobagonians could relate to. It's a food festival, so everybody comes, with a belly in their hand and a fair amount of curiosity as to what the caterers will present this year. And so far, I'm not disappointed. This is my family.
Well, my experience has been good. The food is excellent. And I suppose when you come here, you will get lamb in different styles that you don't normally do at home. So that's why I come.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning.
Chanel Felix. And guys, you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we jump into this morning's interesting conversations, I just want to say a hearty thank you to Mrs. Rhea Richardson George, who held down our Beneath the Surface series over the last few days or the last 2 weeks, where she would have had those interesting conversations where she truly went beneath the surface with all the current administration assemblymen who are serving within the THA. She would have asked all those interesting questions that you, the public, wanted asked. And yesterday she rounded up that discussion by chatting with the Chief Secretary, Farley Augustine. And we want to say thank you again to Rhea Richardson George for doing an excellent job in representing us during that series. This morning we jump straight ahead into our news in 90 seconds. Political leader of the Tobago People's Party, Farley Augustine, brought some measure of relief to supporters last night, announcing 13 of the 15 prospective candidates for the upcoming Tobago House of Assembly election. The list is as followed: Bethel Newgrange, Darren, Hester Henry, Belgarden Glamorgan, Dr. Faith Brebner, Bethesda Lekato, Zorisha Amina Hackett, Mount St. George Goodwood, Megan Seeley Morris, Scarborough Mount Grace, Trevor Williamson James, Lambo Lowlands, Wayne Wasp Clark, Bonaccord Crown Point, Nikita Percy, Signan Hill Patience Hill, Nigel Dave Tate, Bagatelle Bacalet, Natisha Charles Pantin, Plymouth Blackrock, Kern Alexis, Roxborough Argyle, Orlando Kerr, Darrell Spring Wim, Ricky Michael Jofield, Palatuver Lands for Me, Spearside, Farley Augustine. Speaking during a social media live, Augustine said that the Buku Mount Pleasant and the controversial Mason Hall Mariah electoral district will be announced within the next 24 to 48 hours as deliberations continue. Additionally, last night, the People's National Movement took to its nightly town hall meeting at Bethesda Lescato electoral district, unveiling the selected prospective candidate for the area. Well-known footballer Akil Guy, a Bethesda native, said he was ready to make Bethesda Lekato a front-runner and champion of a better Tobago under the People's National Movement. Tonight, the party wraps up the series of meetings at the Buku Multi-Purpose Facility. And finally, yesterday, the National Commission of Self-Help Limited distributed over $600,000 in grants to 40 recipients. The ongoing initiative is aimed at individuals who receive emergency and reconstruction assistance grants, while 37 others were awarded minor repair and construction grants. Present at the ceremony was Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, who stated that the grants provide a sense of physical security that improves the quality of life for many citizens. Also present was Member of Parliament for Tobago East and Tobago West, David Thomas and Joel Sampson, along with the Chairman of the Self-Help Commission, Vishon Ramlakan. These stories and much more in our major newscast on Tobago Updates at 6 p.m. So be viewing. Guys, this morning we are going to continue our conversations and we jump straight ahead and we're talking about all that's happening on the business front here in Tobago. We know when we talk about business and business development, we are chatting about what's happening at the BDU. And if you don't know, that's the Business Development Unit at the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy. This morning to have that conversation with me, I have the privilege of sitting in studio and chatting with Mrs. Shelly-Ann Batiste. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thank you very much for having us.
Excellent. Now we know this month is Finance Month,
yes,
and all the celebrations have been happening at the Division of Finance, and we love to round up a good Finance Month by talking about all the goodies and the specials that are happening. And specifically, one of those things that we're seeing happening is the Tobago Business Awards. Good morning again, and tell us a bit about this.
Good morning. Good morning. So the Business awards, let's leave that for a little bit. That's the icing on the cake.
Right.
What we want to highlight is coming up on Thursday.
Right.
It's called our Driving Force Loan Promotion. So over the years, the Business Development Unit, we've given grants, we've provided training, we've provided loans. But we continue to listen to our clients. We continue to listen to our entrepreneurs to find out what it is they really need. And coming out of a recent survey that we did, 8 out of 10 ask about vehicles. So this loan promotion is targeting specific sectors in the Tobago space. So we're talking about the fishing and fishermen. So you go to the sea, you get a catch. How do you get it out? So the fishing, the farmers, agriculture. We're talking about persons in events. We're talking about food caterers. Because we recognize, we saw it happen on at least 2 occasions where caterers were procured to bring in food. And when you check how the food was brought in, it's a reason for some concern. Yeah? So if you're into manufacturing, light manufacturing, agro-processing, food production, we are providing the equipment, which is the vehicle in this instance, to help you scale up your business. So the loan promotion is taking place this Thursday at the Market Square car park from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have partnered with 2 of our vehicle suppliers, that is Massey Distributors and Jones Motors, to provide these vehicles for us. So on spot, you will have the vehicles, you will have them, you will actually see them. We also have the insurance companies as well. So it's a one-stop shop. When you come, you will see, you will hear, you can actually engage in the discussion to take you forward for the loan promotion.
Right, and tell us about what person should be walking with when they come to this event on Thursday at the Market Square car park.
Okay, so what we want is proof that you have been in business for at least 2 years. It's not just for any and everybody, because as we said, we're trying to help persons scale up. So basic utility bill, proof of residency in Tobago, your business must be registered. Yeah? Banking activity for at least the last year, because it's a loan, so we want to ensure that you have the capacity to repay the loan. So proof of banking activity, your business reference, your character reference, yeah? And we are there. The full staff will be out to meet you, to greet with you, and to walk you through the process.
Excellent. And you said there are a number of sectors that would be benefiting from this particular loan program. So you have those persons who are caterers, those persons who do events, the fishermen, and so on. What is needed for these persons to get the loan as it pertains to? Is there a business plan that needs to be submitted for this particular loan?
Yes, because we have a maximum up to $250,000. So let me tell you what the vehicles are that we are providing. So we are looking at the H100, the K2700, the 4x4, and panel vans. So we know that is not a $25,000 you're looking at. So we want to ensure that you have a sound business plan, sound business proposal, and we take it from there.
Understood.
Did I say it is 100% financing?
Right.
5% interest and a maximum of 7 years to repay.
Excellent. One of the things that I want to get into, persons who own businesses may not fully understand the difference between a business loan and a personal loan. Would this particular loan be a business loan or a personal loan? And if so, does that mean that an individual's personal credit does not affect their ability to secure a loan like this for their company?
So it is a business loan. However, your character as an individual will impact. Yeah? It will impact your credit rating. So the two cannot be separated, excuse me. So it is a commercial loan, it is a business loan. But we also have, excuse me, sorry, we also have to take into consideration your character.
So yes, I understand. You know, even when you look at the business as an individual entity, how can persons, someone might, I have exceeded my current credit limit as an individual. I already pay a mortgage, I already pay for my personal car, but my vehicle really does require my business really does require this level of funding. How can those persons be assisted, or would they be able to also benefit from this? Because we know a lot of the times when it comes to business financing, businesses are their own individual entity by itself. Yes, you want it to be supported by someone who can pay the loan, but usually you look at those projections from the actual business to see the business's ability to stand that loan. So would the financial advisors and so on be there to give persons those assurances or help them to understand, you know, where they stand as it pertains to qualifying for this loan?
That's correct. That's correct. So yes, I'm glad that you made the distinction. So that as an individual, your debt service ratio might have been exceeded. But as a company, we look at your business account. We look at your ability to generate, whether you have contracts. So for example, a manufacturer, you may have orders for the next 6 months, the next year. You have the ability to generate that kind of revenue. So your business can stand on its own and be able to supply and to service the loan satisfactorily.
Excellent. And I'm glad that we brought that up, because I know for a lot of persons that is where the anxiety is. But there is that level of assurance that once you get into business and you have a viable entity that has the ability to stand on its own, then you can still benefit, even if your personal debt to income ratio may be on the higher end.
That's correct. And one of the factors, as the entrepreneurs would have indicated, one of the things that has hindered them from progressing is that inability in terms of the absence of a vehicle to do the transport. So for example, you have a manufacturer who needs to distribute his products to Trinidad.
Right.
He has to depend on a middleman. Whereas if he has his own transport, it takes away that cost and adds back to his bottom line eventually.
Okay, what about the persons who usually go to Trinidad for supplies for their business, although they may not fit under the current scope as it pertains to being a fisherman, an agro processor, or a food caterer, but their business may require them to possibly go to Trinidad every weekend or every other weekend, or send a truck to Trinidad that brings up the goods for them, whether it be, you know, furniture or whatever it is that they're selling. If they're saying, you know, we really need a vehicle to help us with that so that we can cut out the middleman and just start doing that for ourselves, would those persons also qualify?
So it would be on a case-by-case basis. We don't want to open and say, okay, whosoever will may come, because as we said, we're targeting a specific sector. However, if your business is that of transportation, then we recognize and you understand the need for this type of facility.
Okay, so you're saying that even the persons who do transportation as well, who help persons move or transport goods to and from the two islands, are able to benefit from this. That is excellent. Now, let's remind the people of when this is happening. This is happening on Thursday morning at the Market Square car park.
Thursday, 27th, as old people said, tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, at the Market Square car park from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have vehicles will be on display from both Massey and Jones Motors. We also have insurance companies who will be there to guide you through the process in terms of the insurance for the facility. We will also have our business development officers on site to walk you through the process.
Excellent. And let's shift gears a bit to the Tobago Business Awards. Tell us a bit about that.
So the Tobago Business Awards takes place on Thursday, the 11th of December. Thursday, the 11th of December. Nominations are still open. It closes on the 28th of November. We are inviting persons in the different sectors. We want to recognize the contribution that our businesses have made over the years. So in our Tobago space, we are inviting persons, small, medium, and large businesses. Female Entrepreneur of the Year, Youth Entrepreneur of the Year. We have persons in tourism and hospitality. There's a special award for tourism and hospitality. There is one for agripreneur. So agriculture, agro-processing, any agriculture-related activity. And then we have the Business Development Unit Award of the Year, and then the Chief Secretary par excellence. So that person who's outstanding, whose business has stood the test of time.
Right. And let's talk a bit about Tobagonians with businesses who have global impact. You know, for me personally, I know of young Tobagonians who may have businesses outside of Tobago that's making a global impact. And when I think about those type of persons, I think about Shy Charles, who has Braided New York, who is a celebrity hairstylist who usually does hair for Cardi B, Beyonce, Tiana Taylor, and a number of other celebrity clients. So are these persons also considered as Tobagonian, even though they are operating businesses outside of Tobago?
You are a Tobagonian, and therefore someone can nominate them, or the application is online. They can go online and download the form, fill out the application, and we upload it, and you will be considered.
Excellent. But we look forward to that. And again, you know, we would just want to remind persons, is the awards open to the public for the public to attend, or would it be based on invitation only?
Unfortunately, we know everybody would want to attend it. Unfortunately, we can't facilitate everybody. So it will be live streamed. So you're going to log on to the Business Development Unit Tobago's Facebook page, or the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy Facebook page, but it is by invitation only. We can only facilitate so many persons in the space.
Understood. Well, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning and extending the invitation for all persons, all entrepreneurs, small and medium-sized businesses in Tobago that's doing big things to be a part of this Tobago Business Award 2025. This is your opportunity to nominate someone that you know, and to do so, you go to www.bdutobago.com, or you can go on their social media pages on Facebook, and you can find out more information about what is happening.
Yeah.
Excellent. No problem. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
We waiting so long, the people miss the bacchanal. Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme, One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony, 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49SWIFT 4979438.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
To Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, politics is not the only thing that's in the air here in Tobago. Did you hear those bells? Because I hear them, and that sounds like Christmas bells to me. Christmas is on the horizon, and you know that's happening when all the dinners and the festivities are happening and celebrations are on the way here in Tobago. This morning, I'm chatting with Mrs. Carol Ann Bertrude James, who is the chairman of the dinner organizing committee. This morning, we are chatting all about what's happening with the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association and their annual dinner that's happening at the Magdalena Grand Hotel. This year, we're talking about honoring culture for their 12th anniversary. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for your welcome, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Now, even as a part of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, you guys have continued to celebrate every year. And this year is just like any other, but you guys are doing it just as grand. Tell us about what we're expecting from you this year as you celebrate honoring culture.
Right. So this is our 12th year. We just missed out, I think, 20 and 21 because of the COVID. This is our 12th year. What usually used to happen before that, we would call our members and have a little drink and eat in the office. And then at that time, I was the president, and I decided we will have a big fundraiser and a get-together. And so we've always been at Magdalena, and this is our 12th year. It's a formal occasion, and this year we are honoring our heritage. What do we mean by that? Well, first thing, it will show up in our menu. We have Chinese style, we have harvest style food, Indian style food. We do have a bit of Arabic food as well. We have our dessert is going to be black cake, local black cake made by me. So you could come and check and see if I'm good. Right. We have pone as well. We have Beneball ice cream, and we have local fruit salad, meaning to say we don't have any grapes and apples. Right. So it is local pawpaw and banana and that kind of a thing. Our colors, our dress colors, optional, is red, white, and black. And our decor is going to be a bit of red, white, and black. Some tables will have some of the decoration Indian style, some with Chinese style, some African style. So, we're doing honoring our heritage in our own way. But it's going to be, as usual, very, very grand. Our chief secretary is coming. We always have honorees. We always have celebrities. Let's say that. Right. Our prime minister has indicated to our chief secretary that she's coming, but we are still trying our personal confirmation. But she told us, chief secretary, that she's coming. We have invited her. Unfortunately, our president, the president of the country, she cannot come. Hopefully next year we will get her. So we do have our celebrities that come. Also, part of this, so we have our cocktails, local cocktails, made by our hotel school students. Okay, so local ingredients. That's since last year. Every year we have that. And we do have an award ceremony. It's going to be short, crisp and short. And these are for stalwarts in our tourism industry. Every year we also have somebody who has gone. And so we are going to be awarding them. We have 6 awardees this year. And they have all graciously said they will accept the awards. They're coming with their families and so on. So we have that. We have our dinner, as I said. It's always a big, grand dinner. We have, it's drinks included. It's an all-inclusive, okay? And we are adding this year, we have a lot of door prizes. People like to come. Trips for 2 somewhere. Some hotel in Barbados give us a weekend. We have locals as well. We used to have airline tickets, but this year I don't think we have been fortunate yet. We're trying. We used to get from BA and all of that. But nice door prizes, and we're adding a little bit of bingo. So when you come with your ticket, we give you a bingo card. And if you want to purchase another one, so we're going to have a little bit of bingo. We always try to, every year, to do something different and interesting, and people just love being with us.
Well, I mean, I'm excited to hear about that, and I'm looking forward to Tobago's family also being a part of that dinner. And guys, just a reminder that this is happening on Saturday, the 6th of December, so it's not very far away. Yes. So if you have to get your outfits ready and get everything together, remember now is the time to get your tickets. Yes. Remember, there is a dress code that is in effect. It's formal, festive, national colors, and you can also wear one of your traditional wear that represents one of the traditions or cultural heritages that would be represented during this time. There's the Indian, Arabic, African, as well as Chinese style dressing that would be appropriate for this event. Yes. So we look forward to you putting on, your very best African outfit, your very best Indian, and just coming out, showcasing your culture, or even just your preference. You might just feel like, you know what, I feel like representing Chinese culture this time around, right? A really interesting spin on a Christmas dinner. And so this is a red carpet affair. and you would be treated like the royalty you are. So we want to thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you for having us, and I just want to say for our tourism stakeholders, come and support us. This is a fundraiser, and we use this money to promote our tourism activities. When we go to Trinidad and do our road shows, when we go abroad to do our road shows, this is what the money is used for. So thank you, Tobago Updates, for having me and for facilitating our association, our important tourism association. We represent everybody. We just want to let the members know that.
Excellent. And
yes.
we do
Thank
hope
you.
that the Prime Minister does honor your invitation.
Yes.
And that she comes to that as well as our Chief Secretary,
yes.
Augustine. Guys,
thank you for having me.
We're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
So long, the people miss the bacchanal. Tobago. The countdown is on for Tobago Day 2025. From November 27th to December 6th, the island comes alive under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny.
The celebration begins with the Tobago Torch Run, led by the Chief Secretary, Assemblyman, and our proud sporting groups.
Then, on November 28th, the THA Triathlon takes center stage. On November 29th, we all head to the Shore Park Recreational Grounds for the Tobago Games, Sports and Family Day, games we used to play from 6 p.m.
Join us on December 2nd for the Thanksgiving Harvest Service at the Shore Park Complex from 10 a.m.
Bring your Tobago produce, share your blessings, and celebrate community. Then, December 3rd and 4th, discover our roots on the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours. 2 daily departures at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On December 4th, witness excellence at the Tobago Day debate beginning at 10 a.m. at the Assembly Legislature.
And the Tobago Day Awards ceremony 7 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex.
And for the grand finale,
December 6th, the cultural concert and drone show lights up the Scarborough Esplanade from 7 p.m. It's all about Tobago Day 2025. One Tobago, one people, one destiny.
back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, we continue our discussions and we are talking all about what's happening very soon at the Montgomery Moravian Church. I am talking about the Music Amateurs Choir. This morning to have that conversation with me, I'm chatting with Miss Carol Warner, who is the choir director, or I should say the choir conductor. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Right. Tell us a bit about the Music Amateurs Choir.
So Music Amateurs is the longest standing choir in Tobago and one of the longest in the country. This year we are actually celebrating our 62nd anniversary, 62nd. And to celebrate this year, we did a number of events, a few more than we usually do. So normally the choir would have a Mother's Day concert, that's a staple, and a Christmas concert. But this year we had 2 extra events planned. One of them was actually executed. It was done in collaboration with the Division of Education, the multicultural units where we did a choral workshop for secondary school children to introduce them to singing in parts and singing in not a folk choir then, because we are not a folk choir. The other event that we did do was we had an evening of church music with anyone who was interested in coming. So the choir did that at the St. Patrick's Anglican Church. And this August, we were supposed to have our anniversary concert, but because of things beyond our control, we had to postpone it. And so this concert in December is actually going to be a combination of 2 of our concerts put together.
Understood.
Yes, so we are going to be doing half of a religious concert and the other half is going to be completely Christmas.
Understood. And you said that you guys are celebrating 62 years in existence
We
this
are.
year. Doesn't that contradict a bit with being amateurs?
Well, from what I understand, the name amateurs comes from the verb amar, to love, or something like that. Amor, something like that. So it's for the love of singing, not because we are not good at it.
Okay, understood.
Yes.
And so this concert is entitled From Then to Now, A Christmas Journey, but it's a merger between everything that you wanted to do during the summertime and Christmas. So can we safely say it's summer meets Christmas as it pertains to a lot of gospel, and you're going to have that right mix of Christmas carols?
Definitely. So the choir is known for singing religious music. That's what we started off doing. And so the concert that we had planned for August was completely religious, including some of our music festival hits that we would have won festival with, and other popular songs that the choir would have sung at different churches and venues throughout the island. And so, yes, half of it is going to be completely sacred, and then the other half is going to be Christmas.
Right, and I see you have some guest artists that are going to be present as well.
Yes.
Like Darian Fraser, Kamaria Keynes, Dumas Jack. I see you have Dassel Morris, Junior Archer.
Yeah.
Dashell, sorry. Morrison. Tell us a bit about what persons can expect from the concert that's happening.
Certainly. So our guest performers include 4 Music Amateurs members, essentially. Kamaria is a member of the choir. Junior Archer is also a member of the choir. Both of them are music festival winners also. So they'll be doing solo pieces. Darian Fraser is another member of our choir who has been thrilling our audience for a number of years. And we also have Dashell Morrison. She's a superb steel pan player. And we also will be having members of the Scarborough Methodist Primary School who will be starring on a couple of our pieces.
Understood.
Yeah.
And so we want to remind persons that this event is taking place this Sunday.
This Sunday. It's at the Montgomery Moravian Church. The concert is going to be free. If you know Music Amateurs audience, they are going to be there on time. So for persons who have never been to our concert and maybe attending for the first time, I would suggest you get there early to ensure that you have a seat at the Montgomery Moravian Church.
Excellent. So we want to thank you so much for being here with us this morning and extending your invitation for us to start Christmas off the right way.
Most definitely.
By celebrating with the Music Amateur Choir at the Montgomery Moravian Church. Guys, just a reminder that this is starting at 6 p.m. Kickstart at 6 p.m. And as she indicated, you want to be there as soon as the first carol is sung. All right? So guys, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Good morning, Tobago, right here on Tobago Updates. Now, guys, we round off this morning with some really good news and good conversation as we're talking about what's happening at the Tabitha's Home for Women and Children. This morning, we're having that conversation with the president, Rowena Pitt, as well as Mrs. Cherise Bennett. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Right, well, it's excellent to have you guys on this morning. Now, we're talking about your 5th annual benefit auction. Tell us about that.
Yes, so Tabitha's Home for Women and Children, we're a faith-based non-profit organization based in Mount Pleasant, Tobago. And this year is the 5th year that we're having our largest fundraiser, which is an auction where we have lots of wonderful items that we auction off to the public. Yeah, so this year we are celebrating the fact that we have been able to do this for 5 years.
Wow.
So,
and it's 5 years really, that time really does fly. Before you know it, you have hit that 5-year mark and then 10.
Yeah.
So tell us about what would be on at the auction.
Well, we have lots of different items auctioned. We have staycations at different locations in Tobago. One of them is the Branch, which, if you know, is a beautiful setting just way up at the top of the hill there. We have dinner at special restaurants. We have breakfast at Magdalena. We have art pieces that have been donated. We even have things like website design that you can bid on, and we have Miss Catherine King that will offer her services to design a website for your business. So lots of different things, jewelry, expensive bags for the ladies, even stuff for children and men. So we have a silent auction where you can bid, place your bid on the table, and then we'll have the exciting live auction where you actually raise your paddle and do your bidding.
Excellent. So Cherise, tell us about where this is going to be happening.
It's at the Shaw Park Complex here, right here in Scarborough, where we will be having it. It starts at 6 p.m. and this is this Saturday, the 29th of November.
Excellent. So that is really exciting stuff that's happening at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex. That's this Saturday evening at 6 p.m. And you really want to come out and be a part of that auction. A lot of exciting things being offered there for you to have your opportunity to bid on. Now, you can visit them on Facebook, or you can visit them on their website at www.tabithashome.org. Right? And so if you want to get more information about that, ladies, tell persons a bit about Tabitha's Home for Women and Children for the person who are unaware of what type of services you offer and how they can benefit from that, or how they can contribute to what you're doing.
So, as I mentioned, Tabitha's Home is a faith-based nonprofit organization. And what we're set up to do is to help women and children who've been abused, who've been exploited. So right now we function as a transitional home where we provide a safe space where women can reside for up to a year to give them the time needed to rebuild their lives after trauma and abuse. We also offer counseling. We offer life skills training. We have a kids program for children who have been through abuse, as well as children who live in the community, children who are part of our extension program. The extension program is for women who are not in residence, but who are in need of some of the services that we provide. Yeah, so in addition to these services, we also help with physical needs. We provide groceries every month, grocery hampers. We have clothing. And actually, Cherise can tell a little bit more about our fashion show that we're going to have at the auction that highlights our thrift store.
Excellent.
So we have our thrift store called Tabitha's Closet, where we have slightly used and worn clothing. Some are new, because some items are donated that are new. Majority of our clothing comes from Miami, because people donate and we ship. And we're going to have our fashion show at our event this year, showcasing our beautiful items. We're going to have an array of, I should say, products like maybe Calvin Klein's and Tahari, brand name items that people donate because they wear it once and they don't want it anymore. This is the new trend. So we have a lot of items that we're going to be showcasing at our event this Saturday. So
Excellent.
Please come out and enjoy.
Right, and this event is only $150 per person and $100 for children under 12 years old. So this is something that you don't want to miss. Now, if this is the type of thing that you like, you dress up, come out with your friends, have a great time, come and see all the items that you have the ability to bid on, or just come and make those connections if you are also doing that NGO or nonprofit work that aligns with what is being done at the Tabitha's Home. They are always open to collaboration, assistance. So are the women that usually come to the home, are they transitioning from the Division of Health and Social Wellness? Where do they usually come from?
We have women that come from all over. We do have requests from time to time from social services for assistance, but we have women who call us directly because they found us online. We have women who've been referred by other women. So we are open to sort of whomever may come, and we provide whatever services we can. Unfortunately, at the moment, all our units are occupied. So we are busily trying to add a second floor, and that is where this fundraiser comes in to help us complete the work that we've begun there so that we can provide additional units for women who need that kind of assistance.
Excellent. Well, we just want to thank you for the work that you're doing to empower the community. We often hear about situations with women who say they stay in those situations because they definitely have nowhere to go or no other option. So we are glad that you are providing a facility and an avenue for women to feel safe to get back on their feet with their family. So again, we're wishing you all the best with this event that's happening this Saturday, the 29th of November at 6 p.m. at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex. You definitely want to be a part of it. And for me, I'm definitely not going to miss the fashion show. We're going to see if we're going to get a couple fits from there, right? So guys, we want to thank you so much. And guys, audience, we want to thank you for sticking with us this morning. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, and all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. And I want to say a special thank you again to Mrs. Rhea Richardson George, who held on our Beneath the Surface series over the past 2 weeks. She did an excellent job chatting with all our representatives within the THA and really going beneath the surface, asking those tough questions. So guys, have a great day and see you tomorrow.
Tobago, get ready. Get ready for an evening of elegance, excitement, and generosity. Tabitha's Home for Women and Children invites you to our 5th annual benefit auction happening Saturday, November 29th at the Shore Park Cultural Complex from 6 p.m. This is your chance to bid for yourself, bid for a friend, and most of all, bid for a cause. Find those exclusive Christmas gifts at our silent auction and don't miss the exceptional deals at our signature live auction. And that's not all. Enjoy exquisite live entertainment, a dazzling fashion show, delicious hors d'oeuvres, and exciting giveaways, and so much more. It's a feel-good evening you don't want to miss. Tickets are just $150 for adults and $100 for children under 12. You can get yours from any committee member, the Bag Doctor on Castries Street in Scarborough, or Phillips Caribbean Marketing at the Micro Enterprise Center in Signal Hill. Join us as we celebrate 5 years of community support and life-changing impact. That's Tabitha's Home, 5th annual benefit auction, Saturday, November 29th at 6 p.m. For more information, call us at 334-7763 or 320-7162. Come celebrate with us and come make a difference with us.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start around.